Peter Obi is the one bringing, peace and unity between the North and the South. And you see, I like the fact that this man who is a Muslim is the one saying this. He said he has worked with Peter Obi. He said that in the past, when government officials go out to do campaign, the campaign, those who win will be sworn in, those who didn't win will go back and they will not talk to them again until after the next election, when it is maybe a few months to the election, they will all come back and there's no opportunity for them to get to know this candidate. Some candidates are known on the time of the election that they didn't have enough time during the time of Peter Obi. How everything happened was just so fast, so most people did not know Peter Obi. But since Peter Obi election ended, the campaign and then the final general election finished, Peter Obi had not rested. He goes from state to state to speak with the people. He carries his members along. He goes to the north by road. So by going by roads in how many kilometers drive and seeing the potholes and everything, Peter Obi is understanding the truth about what is going on in Nigeria, about those places in the north that still have Amajeris that in the time of Goodluck Jonathan, Amajeris were taken off the street. And right now, the education is something that is going to help this Amajeris for tomorrow's sake, because he who is sitting on that seat being interviewed today may be gone and the Amajeris will be the next generation. So Peter Obi is having first-hand, experience of what these people are going through in the north. And he's going to be the president that people should clamor for and be for, because Peter Obi is uniting the north and the south. He said even though a lot of people told the lies that Peter Obi, as governor of Anambra State, he ensured that he treated the Muslims badly and the people from the north, he gave them ID cards to use so that they would differentiate them. He said all those things were just lies, just so that they can sell Tinubu to them. But right now they are already seeing that this is not favoring them. And because if Peter Obi from the way Peter Obi is going, he's still going to nursing schools, going to so many places, helping out schools, and having first-hand information and everything, that a Peter Obi who has gone around the north, who has traveled to different parts of Nigeria, will not go into governance and be buying private jets. He said because the reason why most of these politicians do not understand what's really happening, they don't get in touch with reality, is the fact that even while they were going for campaign, they were using private jets. They've never traveled from, let's say, the distance of Abuja to Kaduna. They have never gone by road. So they don't understand the real issues. That a Peter Obi will not buy a private jet. A Peter Obi will cut down on governance. A Peter Obi will unite Nigeria, and that is the truth. I totally believe. I remember in my office one day, that was many months ago, where people were talking. Then fuel hadn't even gone this high. People were talking about they don't understand Tinubu. I said, but you people voted him. The guy is a Muslim. I said, but you people voted him into power. So what are you saying in essence? He said that right now they have said to themselves so that even in the mosques they have discussed it, that if Peter Obi comes out now, no matter the party he comes with is the one they will vote. They are no longer going to vote this man. My own is, a lot of people have also held the opinion that let Kwankwaso, let Atiku, all of them throw their weight behind Peter Obi. Let them see how Peter Obi will become president and things will change. A Peter Obi will not be in governance and be talking about buying private jet for a vice president who was traveling, and then a strange object hits his cockpit, and then they came back and they say, oh, he was supposed, they thank God he did not die, and some few frivolous people will come, pushing a campaign of buying a new private jet or a new presidential fleet for the president and his vice. It doesn't make sense. So a lot of people are out there looking, like I tell you, a lot of government offices are owing 2 month, 3 month salaries. They haven't paid. Federal government, we're not talking about state government. If it were even state government, we understand that maybe the state do not have enough allocation to pay. But the federal government has money. The federal government has money, and this is why most people who are not Nigerians will keep thinking that Nigerians are poor, Nigerians do not have, money and all of those things. Nigerians are not poor. There's money in this country, but the money is just in the hands of a select few, and that shouldn't be happening. Now the president Tinubu will send out people to say, go and check why food is not being available. There's a lot of food in large deposit in Nigeria. The person who is making food expensive is you, sir. Mr. President, Tinubu, you are the one making food not to be available, because you are the one who is not allowing, you are the one who is not subsidizing for fuel. There's no fuel subsidy, but yet you still pay so much amount of money in fuel subsidy behind closed doors that nobody is talking about. How come fuel is sold at this price and some other people are also selling fuel at this other price in the same country? Fine, a country that is producing fuel. These are the questions we are begging. They are begging for answers. Nobody has said anything. So if a Peter Obi comes in as president, that is why we youths, the youths of Nigeria, should stand up and go out there and ask questions and vote for the right people. Do harmonize people, ask questions, do the right thing, and ensure that Nigeria, comes out tops. Because at the end of the day, you see a 50-year-old person, a 60-year, a 40-year-old, they do not have a house to their name. They are still renting. Yes, you might say, oh, they are affording rent. Their rent is, you see somebody able to pay 5 million naira rent, 10 million naira rent. That is not something that we should even be talking about. You understand? That's not what we should be talking about. It is really, really embarrassing to hear that a country like Nigeria, they say they are not going to buy from Dangote again, which is okay. But they have gone to fix refinery that it took us, we, the opposition, to talk and talk and talk before they finally fixed the refineries they claim to have fixed. They said they started working, refinery is going to start lifting. Before we know it, the next day they say, oh, the refinery, people went there to find out if it's true, it's working. The news came out that, oh, it's not working. Then that was when the government came out clean to say, the refinery, we had to close down for some time. But right now, it has opened again. Because I'm sure this is the reason why, if you want to go there and investigate to find out what really happened, you will go there and not find out anything is going on there. You see that nothing is going on. So this is a time we all need to wake up. This is a time we all need to wake up and begin to say things like, oh, we are supposed to do this thing, we are supposed to do this thing. We should be able to look for good leaders, because this thing they tell you, oh, you are not a Muslim, they sold the Muslim ticket. So this is Shettima and Bola Ahmed Tinubu as Muslims. What have they done for the Muslim community? Nothing. The Muslim communities are very upset. They are even more hungry and more angry. They are the ones complaining the most. But then El-Rufai was calling Christian names. They didn't see it as a bad thing. They will go to the mosques. They will be telling them, oh, in fact, one of the meetings they had in the mosques, this man was there. What's his name? The former EFCC chairman, Rubadu, was there. And the clergyman there was saying things. And then El-Rufai said that the Christians are infidels. They are not supposed to be in a position of power, that they will be there, that when... But what happened? El-Rufai and Tinubu, and they are loggerheads. El-Rufai was given to become minister again. After he had been minister of FCT, they wanted to make him minister of something else. And they say he went to the before the floor of the Senate and couldn't answer the questions they were posing to him. Is it possible for an El-Rufai, who is very, very outspoken and intelligent, quote and unquote, intelligent and all of those things, will not be able to answer questions that were thrown at him at the floor of the Senate? Some people came up with the fact that it is because of the fraud that was, how would I put it, the allegations against him, that he committed a lot of fraud during his tenure as governor of Kaduna State. You all know that El-Rufai started this Muslim ticket thing. He went to Kaduna and ensured that no Christian deputizes them. They will be the governor, and they will still be the deputy. At the end of the day, he still pushed the same agenda, and they did it also in the federal, which they made to Muslim ticket. They say yes, because you see, the thing with these people is they will say there's nothing wrong with Muslim ticket, but if it was Christian, they will be the one to still go and say no, it must not happen. Yes, but right now, how far the Muslim ticket? How far are they getting it better? So Peter Obi is making the Hausa people cry every day. The Muslim people cry every day because all the lies they promise them, everything they promise them, is not working for their own good. Because if it were working for their good, they will not come out to complain. But you see, these Muslim guys and Hausa guys have been following Peter Obi from day one. They have never, in fact, they are even beginning to love Peter Obi better, because they didn't know that Peter Obi was this kind and this good and this caring they only heard the bad side of him just so that they will not vote for him. Just imagine a Kwankwaso throwing his weight, all his support, and an Atiku throwing their support. These people would have, because their vote against Tinubu was a large margin. You can imagine that.